It is my pleasure right now to introduce County Executive James Tedesco.
Can you all please remain standing for the flag salute? Sorry. And could I ask Edgewater Mayor Mike McPartland to come forward to lead us in the pledge?
Thanks, Jim.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming out this afternoon. Before I start, I'd like to acknowledge elected officials and others that are here today. And it's a very long but a wonderful list of elected, appointed, and judicial officials that join us here today, and I thank all of them for coming. Let me start by introducing Senator Paul Sarlo. Assemblyman Gary Scher. Assemblyman Tim Eustace. From the Judiciary, Superior Court Judge Peter Doing. Our constitutional officers, Sheriff Michael Sordino. Our Bergen County Clerk, John Hogan. Our Bergen County Circuit, Michael Dressler. And our Bergen County Prosecutor, John Molinelli. My colleagues on the 5th floor, the folks that I sat with last year and who I've developed a tremendous amount of respect but personal friendship. The Freeholder Chairwoman, Joan Voss. Freeholder Vice Chair, Steve Tonelli. Freeholder Maura Di Nicola. Freeholder David Gans. Freeholder Tracy Zur. And the newest member of the Freeholder Board, the person that took my place on the Freeholder Board, Tom Sullivan. Also, we have representatives from Senator Menendez, Booker, and Congressman Pasquarello's office. We have with us Under Sheriffs Brian Smith and Harry Shortway. Also from my executive staff, County Counsel Julian Neal. I'd introduce the administrator, but I don't know where Dom is. Dominic Novelli is the county administrator. My chief of staff, Michelle Diorgi. My deputy chief of staff, Mark Shrieks. My senior advisor, Pete Bastalis. And I have two special people here today. My youngest daughter, Holly Santos. And my friend Connie Salambino. Thank you all for being here. I would like to thank the students from the Bergen County Academies who are running the audio and video equipment, allowing us to live stream the state of the county address online. There to the sides, and there's two other folks in the back that are providing the controls. Your efforts allow us to provide a more open and transparent county government. Today marks my 58th day as executive of the largest county in New Jersey, and it has been a busy 2 months. I promise to hit the ground running on behalf of the nearly 1 million residents who serve and residents we serve, and I'm proud to say we have done just that. This administration has big goals to accomplish and big challenges to tackle. Work I cannot do alone. So I knew that right away we need to establish an environment of civility and collaboration within county government and with the elected officials who represent our partners in 70 municipalities and in the legislature. By fostering better relationships, improving accessibility and communication, and seeking opportunities to collaborate, we are better suited to do the work Bergen County residents hired us to do. This begins with my partner in governing in the county, the Board of Chosen Freeholders, my former colleagues. I will continue to periodically attend freeholder meetings throughout my tenure, as I promised during my campaign. Additionally, the entire Freeholder Board and their staff members, regardless of political affiliation, have open access to the County Executive's office and my team. In fact, I'm committed to being accessible to all employees in county government. The first full week of my administration, I stood in the lobby of One Bergen County to greet our county employees. I also go out into the field where our employees are working on behalf of the taxpayers. For example, last month I headed into the marshes of Littleford to observe the dredging being done by our county public work employees to better protect our communities from flooding. I spent a half day observing our 911 call center and learning about our operations up there. This is an administration-wide initiative to build better relationships by recognizing the work of our county employees and fostering greater communication between the executive office and county departmental offices. Nowhere was the need to repair the relationship more evident than with the county sheriff's office. Under my predecessor, the relationship between the county's executive office and the sheriff's office was strained and often adversarial. That's just wrong. In my first week in office, I took action to end costly litigation initiated by the previous administration that attempted to interfere with the sheriff's constitutional authority. I don't expect that the sheriff and I will always agree completely on every issue, but we will always be able to sit across the table from one another and reach a compromise. Which brings me back to my point. In order to accomplish what we're setting out to do, we need to be able to work together. In 2015, my priorities are the realignment of the county police, the restructuring of county departments, planning for the future of Bergen Regional Medical Center, and managing the budget process that has been hindered by the poor fiscal discipline of the previous administration. I began work on the first of those priorities January 1st, 2015, my first day in office. Sheriff Michael Sordino, Prosecutor John Molinelli, joined me in signing a memorandum of agreement making Bergen County Police Department a division of the Sheriff's Department. By realigning the police as a division within the Sheriff's Office, we will enhance law enforcement capabilities, increase efficiency, and save taxpayers. This is an updated figure of more than $200 million. It was nice to see that there wasn't one side of the aisle or the other. I'm pleased to report that the legislative process implementing the realignment is now complete. This week, the Freeholder Board ratified the Memorandum of Agreement and passed the corresponding ordinances which represent the final legislative steps. I want to commend the Freeholder Board for taking swift action and recognize Freeholders Voss, Tonelli, Zur, Gans, and Felice, who initially proposed the realignment and whose vision served as the framework of this historic legislation. The Sheriff will spend the next 6 months working diligently on behalf of the taxpayers of Bergen County to implement this realignment plan. I want to recognize and thank the men and women of the Bergen County Police and the Bergen County Sheriff's Office who serve our residents with distinction and have been consummate professionals throughout this process. As I mentioned, my second priority to restructure the way county departments are organized. The current county department organizational structure was established more than 30 years ago. At the recommendation of my transition team, I have undertaken a review of all county departments. This review determined that the reorganization of some departments would improve our operational efficiency, encourage greater collaboration between employees with similar responsibilities, and better serve our residents. Therefore, in the coming weeks, I will be putting forth a proposal to the Freeholders Board to realign divisions of county government within departments that are best suited to oversee their work. Some of these changes include: the Division of Engineering will be moved from the Department of Public Works and joined with the Division of Planning to form the Department of Engineering and Planning. Our planning and engineering experts need to work closely together, and having them under the leadership of one department just makes sense. Additionally, our review of each division's organizational chart revealed that the county employs mechanics in 5 different divisions rather than having a single structure for servicing our vehicles. That just doesn't make sense. Under my proposal, all mechanical services will fall under a newly established Department of Public Works Mechanical Division. Doing so will provide our municipalities with the opportunity to take advantage of the mechanical services that we have here today. This is just one example of how my administration will look for additional ways to offer and improve shared services, streamlining effective governmental functions, and providing savings to taxpayers. Additional focus is needed to enhance building security throughout county buildings. As such, my administration will create the Division of Safety and Security within the Department of Public Safety. This allows us to focus on the safety of our employees and visitors to county buildings and provide the structure to update and modify security plans with the latest and best practices. These are only a few of the changes I will be announcing within and across county departments to improve operations and better serve Bergen County. My third 2015 priority is planning and securing the future of Bergen Regional Medical Center. We're more than a year behind that schedule. My predecessor was slow to appoint a committee to begin this process. When she finally did so, just this past September, the committee didn't do its job. By the end of her term, it hadn't produced any information or recommendations. So, we start from scratch. With just 2 years before the hospital's management contract expires, we have no choice but to make up for the time squandered. Next month, I will sign an executive order creating an advisory committee to explore how the hospital can continue to provide critical social services while adapting to address the changing healthcare landscape and address growing areas of need throughout the county. This committee, comprised of experts and stakeholders, will have to work quickly and make specific recommendations to my administration to help establish a clear path forward for Bergen Regional Medical Center. I have said it over and over again, but let me be clear. I do not support the selling of Bergen Regional Medical Center. Instead, I hope to renew its focus on its core functions while rebranding it to meet our growing needs in mental health, addiction programs, long-term care, and veteran services. Bergen Regional can give back to those who have given so much to us by serving the critical health care needs of the veterans living in North Jersey and surrounding counties. I will be pursuing every opportunity at our disposal to make veterans health care part of Bergen Regional's mission moving forward. We cannot also ignore the epidemic of drug and alcohol addiction in our communities. It's growing, and it's growing at too rapid a pace. Those who need assistance battling these illnesses shouldn't have to travel outside the county to get the support they need. Those services should be right here, accessible, close to home for the people of Bergen County. Finally, the last major priority for my administration this year is the budget. Since we'll have a separate budget speech, I will just briefly touch upon it here. The previous administration left us with a 2015 budget structure that is millions above the state mandated cap, a result of their poor fiscal planning and discipline. Unfortunately, fixing this isn't as simple as slashing a percentage of spending off the top. We have financial obligations we must meet and critical services the county will continue to provide. Rest assured, my administration is working both diligently and quickly to meet the state-mandated budget requirements. I am committed to working with the Freeholder Budget Chairman, John Felice, and all of the freeholders to keep our taxes as low as possible. Some other priorities that we will work on and focus during 2015. Of course, these top priorities I've outlined are not the only things we will seek to accomplish this year. We will continue to oversee the ongoing county construction projects. As you may know, the county maintenance garage in Hackensack opened last fall. The DPW maintenance garage in Paramus is replacing the facility on Zabriskie Street and is expected to open in June of 2015. The new parking deck that you see being built next door for the Justice Center is scheduled to open the summer of 2015. Work continues on the state-of-the-art Justice Complex, which we hope to open in the fall of 2016. The third part of that plan is the modernization and the revitalization of the existing courthouse. And I have promised Judge Doyne and the members of the judiciary that we will continue to move forward with that, and we will fund that as necessary. My administration will also focus on improvements in our county parks. We will seek opportunities to modernize Van Sollen Zoo, bringing in more animals, exhibits, and attractions to make it a premier zoo in the state of New Jersey. Overpeck Park is a first-rate park and recreational facility. We will work to bring all Bergen County parks to that standard. We are committed to helping developmentally disabled adults establish their independence and contribute to the success of Bergen County. Traditionally, such support ends when these adults age out of the educational system. My administration will seek opportunities to work with what are called post-21 programs, including reestablishing a mentorship right here at 1 Bergen County Plaza. I look forward to sharing more of my priorities throughout the year through email, through social media, and working with each and every one of the county employees. Now, you may have noticed that we've also had a few surprises over the last 2 months. Many hardworking men and women in our county are facing a more uncertain future after Mercedes-Benz announced it was leaving New Jersey. The state of New Jersey failed Bergen County by not preemptively securing the necessary incentives to encourage Mercedes-Benz to remain here. Economic development is central to the long-term health of our county, and I promise I will work to keep and grow good jobs in our communities. In the coming months, we will launch a revitalized Bergen County Economic Corporation to implement a new direction and vision for economic growth here in Bergen County. Bergen County was also hit with the closure of the Izod Center, an act undertaken by the Sports and Exposition Authority abruptly and without ample opportunity for the resolution that might have allowed for its continued operation. The NJSEA has claimed, while providing little evidence, that for the first time in many years the Izod Center was losing money. This was the justification offered after announcing the decision to close the arena. It is troubling that this is the first we heard about the facility's financial situation, given that it has been making money or breaking even in the past many years. However, most troubling to me was the information I received from the Sports and Exposition Authority representatives in just the past 2 weeks. Well in advance of the decision to close Izod, the representatives from the Sports and Exposition Authority tried on at least 3 separate occasions to meet with the previous administration and received no response. As county elected officials, we have the responsibility to be engaged on issues affecting important public assets, like the Izod Center. This was a clear failure that may harm our residents and businesses for years to come. The Meadowlands is a vital multiplier, creating jobs in the surrounding communities and economic growth that radiates throughout Bergen County. I have a clear vision for the future of the Meadowlands, and together we will work to make that vision become a reality. I believe that the Izod Center will continue to be part of the future of the Meadowlands, and we must seek a third-party partner to oversee its reopening and future operations. In addition to the anticipated opening of American Dream, I will also advocate for a luxury hotel, convention center, and casino to make the Meadowlands a sports and entertainment destination like no other in the United States. While the departure of Mercedes and the vote to close Izod were difficult, perhaps the most unexpected event we faced in the past 2 months was a devastating fire in Edgewater. Due to the tremendous work of firefighters and first responders, there were no fatalities and thankfully only a few minor injuries. Still, over 500 people were permanently displaced, losing not just their homes, but all of their personal belongings, and sadly, in some cases, their beloved pets. In addition to the over 500 people that had to be temporarily evacuated from their homes, the mayor of that community also was displaced from his home. For 3 days, the mayor, his wife, and his 2 daughters had to live in a hotel because his home was directly across the street. And today, I want to recognize the work that Mayor Mike McPartland did for the people of Edgewater and the people of Bergen County. In my 38 years as a firefighter, this is one of the worst fires I've ever seen or been involved in. But even with this devastation, we find hope. The response to the fire showed us firsthand the greatness of this community and its people. Firefighters and first responders from Edgewater were supported by the mutual aid response of nearly all 70 towns in Bergen County and counties surrounding. Our county employees sprang into action to provide logistical, operational, and victim support. Countless residents opened their hearts and their wallets to provide for those in need. To the people of Edgewater, you're not forgotten. We will continue to stand by you and assist you in any way we can. We are also working to prevent devastation on this scale from happening in the future. While the county has no oversight of building codes, I believe it is the responsibility of every elected official to lend our voice, experience, and expertise on issues, even if it's not within your control, if doing so will improve the lives of the people we serve. Just as I've been outspoken about the need to reform the Port Authority, I will continue to be an advocate for updating and strengthening the building codes in New Jersey. I promise you that I will always speak up for you, the residents of Bergen County. Today marks my 58th day as your county executive, but this is really the 58th day of a fresh start for all of us in Bergen County. We are one, Bergen County. From the volunteer coach to the PTA parent, to local officials and first responders, to all the people who work for Bergen County or represent Bergen County, we are all together in this. We are all one team, and because of that unity, the state of our county continues to be strong. Thank you. Let's be seated for one moment. This is really going off script, and it's going to kill them that I'm going off script. But I did inadvertently in the beginning leave off the recognition of some folks, and I apologize for that, so I need to do it now. So let me start with recognizing the Mayor of Edgewater, Mike McPartland. Fort Lee Mayor Mark Sokolich. Lyndhurst Mayor Robert Gingeruso. Westwood Mayor John Berkner. Little Ferry Mayor Maura Ragusa. Northvale Mayor Ed Peeler. Hannaford Councilman Dan Park. River Edge Council President Kathleen Murphy. And a group of people that I've made many commitments to, and I told them that when I give you my word, you can take it to the bank. Today we have labor leaders from the Bergen County unions that represent many of the employees here, and I just want to recognize them for coming and thank them for coming today. So today, or later on today, point they will start. And I continue to promise every day that I will work as hard as I can for each and every one of you in Bergen County. Because failure is not an option. This is the biggest, one of the wealthiest, one of the strongest financial counties, not just in the state of New Jersey, but in the country. But it's happened because of the people like you. The people that want to move here because of the services that we offer. The people that want to have their children educated here because of the teachers that we have. The services that we provide for those that most need it. Those are the reasons why Bergen County is the best county in the state of New Jersey. Now, I may be a little bit prejudiced, but I'm honored to be able to stand up here, call myself the County Executive of Bergen County, and represent all of you. Thank you for coming today. Please get home safe.